What the fuck's up? It's your boy Rhino back with another amazing episode of the Lowlife podcast. Today I'm going to be talking to Matt from Gremlin Wiring. Probably the greatest wiring solution I've ever seen. I don't know anybody else who's doing it, but really excited for that. It's basically the most intimidating part of building choppers when you first get into it. Like, I felt the same way, and like my first chopper, I was like, yeah, I could fucking cut metal, I could probably fucking weld, I can fucking do this and that, but then the wiring, it was just like baffled me, and I can't tell you how many people I've met in this scene that, you know, up and coming dudes. Hold on a second, I'm gonna die. I've been sick as a motherfucker, dude. I've been sick more this year than ever before in my entire life. Fucking sucks. But I can't tell you how many people, young guys, you know, doing their first chopper, and they're like, I mean, that's the one thing that really intimidates them is getting the wiring right. So it's like the only thing they ever ask for help with. It's like, yeah, you need any tools, you need this or that. No. But when I get to wiring it, you know, could you lend me a hand? So really stoked to be able to talk to Matt today. Little light housekeeping. You guys know how we do this show. And if you don't, this might be the first time you're listening to us. Me. Dan will be on the podcast, though. He's coming over tomorrow, and we're going to record a sode. Stoked on that. It's been a while. But mark your calendars for May. All right? Open up your little black book, flip to May, and write a couple of things down for me, okay? First thing you're going to want to write down is the La Espada Chopper Show. That's going to be May 3rd. May 3rd. Saturday, May 3rd. Primrose Street. It's La Espada 4. So you're not going to want to miss that. I know some of the people that are going to be showing up with some new builds for that. Bring in the heat, buddy. That's always a great show. Tons of bikes. They always do like a hardcore show after. Beers, they got food. It's fucking awesome. So, La Espada 4, I don't have the 276 Primrose Street, May 3rd. Mark that on your calendar. Check. Next thing you're going to want to mark in May is our show, the Reviver Show. That's going to be Saturday, May 24th. Starts at noon. We're going to have a main show in the showroom. It's at Harley-Davidson and Hooksett, their brand new facility. They ain't even going to have scuff marks. The toilet's probably not even going to have brown streaks in it yet. Go check that out. I haven't fucking stopped talking about it. I'm not going to stop talking about it until probably the week after the show. So you better fucking show up. It's going to be indoor, outdoor. We're going to have vendors. If you want to vend, hit me up. If you want your bike in the show, we're cutting it off April 1, dude. April Fool's Day. So don't you be a fool and don't submit your awesome bike. You're probably going to get in the show. I mean, we have a whole list of consideration. I don't know how many bikes we can fit in the show, but hopefully it's a lot because we got a lot of motherfucking awesome bikes and a lot of builders that are coming, and I'm super stoked to showcase the motherfucking Northeast. May 24th is Memorial Day weekend. Tell your Uncle Bob to kick rocks. You're not going on his fucking pontoon boat and drinking Chardonnay with Aunt Sally, okay? You're going to be hanging out with some for real dudes, and we're going to be getting down and dirty. We're going to be doing a pre-party. We're going to be doing a post-party. We're going to be I'm going to be getting hammered. I'll tell you that right now. I'm fucking stoked on it, and you should be too. Next up, our giveaway sponsor. I'm drawing this shit next week, okay, buddy? You got 1 week left. Steel City Blacksmithing. Josh over there. It peens. It's clean. You can stab a motherfucker in the skull with this, dude. Or you could just, like, make some shit with metal, or you could, like, persuade an axle in, you know? Fucking beautiful, dude. Stainless steel handle. It's $10, dude. It's like a $10 raffle. Sign up over at our Patreon, Hood Rat giveaway, and you get entered for this. It doesn't matter if you just sign up right now. Sign up in the last week in March. Sign up this weekend. You listen to this on a Friday. It's fucking payday, motherfucker. You don't got $10? You don't have $10? You want to get in on this? This is a true craftsman. Dude, you can't see it in the camera. I can't get it close enough. Stamped, emblazoned with the Steel City Blacksmithing logo. Work of art. Josh is the fucking man. Go listen to his episode. If you haven't heard from Josh, he's doing some insane shit. He just sent me some pics of a bike he's building. Fucking amazing, dude. Twisted down tube. Beefy, dude. Beefy. Tough guy shit. I actually hit him up. He's going to be sending me some twisted shit so I'm going to be making some foot controls, some pegs and shifters and brake and all that shit. Whatever he sends me, I'm putting on the bike. I'm going to find a place to put it. I love my twists. So get in on that. The other thing is, I've been working my motherfucking ass off overtime. I'm making a bunch of how-to videos. I'm building that Softail out. I'm going to be building a Sportster soon. And I'm documenting everything. From the very dry, like how to replace wheel bearings and how to change your tires, to the fantastical. I made my own sissy bar. It's fucking sick. It's my first Trident. 5/8 steel. You're going to see me actually bend that shit with my hands, dog. So go check it out. You got to be a Patreon, though. So go sign up. We're having so much fun over on Patreon. Not to mention, you get your own episode if you're a hood rat motherfucker. I already did 2. I'm doing a 3rd one. I'm doing Nate this weekend. Not cool Nate Bev. So he's going to be on. I'm going to get that in by the end of the month. So you get a chance to win cool-ass giveaways like Steel City Blacksmithing. Or, in April, Roth Cycle Solutions. You just heard his episode. Gettysburg Ghosts. He's giving away a sick-ass motherfucking one-off sissy bar, dude. Roth Cycle Solution. It's a one-off. You pull up to the motherfucking bar, dude, to the bike night on Wednesday in fucking, June, and all these old-timers are going to be like, I used to have a bike just like that. What is that? Oh, look at that sissy bar. You make that yourself? Can you get that from V-Twin Manufacturing? No, you motherfucking can't. It's a one-off piece of art. So you got to sign up, dude. You got to sign up. You're missing out. And this might be the last year of the Lowlife podcast. I don't know. So let's have as much fun as we fucking can right now. Because I'm getting burnt the fuck out. So without further ado, let's get into this motherfucking interview. All right, guys. Matt, welcome to the show. How you doing, bud?
Doing good.
I just noticed how strong you are when you crossed your arms. You got fucking rippling muscles.
Man, yeah. It took a while.
Yeah, because I remember you were a skinny guy, but you bulked up since last time I guess I saw you.
Yeah, if you've seen any of the old videos that were recorded back in like 2019, yeah, I was like 130 pounds.
How tall are you?
Yeah, little dude. What's up?
Are you like over 6? You look over 6 feet.
Yeah, I'm 6'1".
6'1", okay. So 130, 6'1", holy shit. No shit.
Yeah, I was fucking skeleton, dude.
No shit. Well, you're bulking up good, bud. When did you start working out? You said like 2019?
Like 2021.
2021. No shit. Fuck, dude. I gotta get back on those weights, dude. I'm just getting fucking older and fatter.
Dude, yeah, I hit 35. I was like, man, you need to start like taking better care of yourself, dude.
Yeah. Once you hit like mid-30s, shit breaks and it doesn't fucking repair itself anymore. Like you could hop out of a moving car doing 60 when you're 25 and just get up and start partying the rest of the night. But once you hit 35, if you fucking sleep weird,
dude, that's still going on. Like I'm 39 right now. It's just like wake up, like my shoulder hurts.
Yeah,
but I didn't do anything weird.
Yeah, dude. Like you'll like tweak something and you'll be like, I don't even know what I did. I didn't do anything strenuous. I wasn't like shoveling or anything. You just like going about your normal day, and then it's like, oh well, that's fucked forever, But
yeah, I mean, even like the staying in shape part of it's just like, all right, I was running on the treadmill. Now my knee hurts. Next day, now it's swollen. Next day after that, okay, now I can run again.
Yeah. No shit. So we were talking a little bit before the show. You're out of where in Alabama? You're in
Birmingham.
Birmingham. Okay. So the only city in Alabama that I know of. But where is that
it's
about?
Like
like
considered that a lot of people know of in Alabama, and not for really a good reason.
It's the only one I can't name a single other because Alabama's big, but I think so.
I give it medium size.
Medium size. Well, you got big states down there. I'm from New Hampshire, so we're just like we're teeny tiny. New England altogether probably could fit into Alabama.
Okay, yeah, I buy that.
Yeah, like if you drive from one end of the Alabama to the other, like how long? Are we talking hours?
Yeah, a few hours.
Yeah.
Like I can drive from Birmingham to Atlanta in a couple hours.
Oh, no shit. Okay. Yeah. New Hampshire, you can drive from one end of New Hampshire across. Well, it's a triangle, so if you're at the top, it takes like 20 minutes. But down at the bottom where it's thick, I mean, if you're speeding, no cops on the road, 2 hours.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's tiny. But yeah, I've never been down to Alabama, but you were telling me that it's like nice and warm there right now, and we just got hit with a little mini snowstorm, so
yeah, it's like 80 degrees here right now.
Yeah. Is it like, would you say it's year round riding there in Alabama, or does it get cold?
I wouldn't give it year round riding. I mean, there are people that do ride year round, like the guys that just kind of like motorcycles are the thing. They're going to ride them all year round, but there are times where it gets really cold.
Okay. Yeah, and
not like really cold, what y'all would consider really cold, but you know, cold enough.
Cold enough. Well, your blood thins out. Yeah, I used to live down in Florida, and it's like, the first year it's 50 degrees, and I'm in shorts and a t-shirt, and then the next year I'm in a freaking winter starter jacket. Like you get acclimated. But so yeah, let's talk about so you grew up in Alabama, born and bred.
Yeah, pretty much. Born in Georgia, was moved here in Alabama when I was like 1 and been here ever since.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh shit. When did you get into riding bikes? Did you grow up like around bikes, or were you always kind of a gearhead, or are you a car guy too, or just bikes?
No, I've never really been too much into cars. I got a mini bike when I was like 11.
Oh yeah.
So been kind of like tinkering with like dirt bikes and like small engines since I was around 11, but never got my first Harley until I was like early 20s, probably like 21, 22.
Oh no shit. So yeah, dude, mini bike when I was a kid, that would have been sick. I didn't get my first mini bike till I was like in my 30s, dude. I missed out on a lot of fun. Those things are a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was like before they had like, kids now, they can get those little like half electric bikes. And like back then, they get you a little mini dirt bike. It can go like 45 miles an hour.
Oh, dude, that's nuts.
There's like no training wheels at all.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I definitely would have broken a few more bones if I had one when I was a kid. Because I used to take like, I lived out in, I grew up in New Hampshire, and we like deep forest, and we had this huge hill, like very steep hill by my house. And we'd take my dad's riding lawnmower and throw that shit in fucking neutral, dude, and take it down this hill off ramps and stuff. Like, he'd be like, why is my deck all fucked up? Like, if I had a mini bike, yeah, 100% would have been paralyzed, or at least a couple extra broken bones. But those things are so fun to rip around on.
Oh, dude, they're great.
Yeah, I got kids. I got a couple of boys, and they're, what are they, 6 now? It's like their favorite thing to do in the world is like rip around on a mini bike, like it's so much fucking fun. And I'm just like, this is the childhood I wish I had,
Yeah, that's going to take some talking into for mine, but he's still young, so we'll see.
How old is he?
He's like our first one. He's 6 months old.
Oh, damn. Congratulations, dude. Damn, that's brand new. How you
liking
it? How you liking it so far? It's
it's great. I mean, it's it's taking some adjusting, but it's I love it.
Yeah, dude. It's once you have your first kid, like, people are like, oh yeah, I got married, I'm a man now, or I graduated high school or college or whatever. It's like, have a kid, and then you'll figure out what being a man is really about, because that shit is fucking hard, dude, and it doesn't get easier either.
Oh yeah, that's we're figuring that out. But like, yeah, he'll make it through this stage, and then we'll be here, and then we'll be here, and then we'll be good.
Yeah.
Nah, it's just like you just keep going.
Yeah, it's just the challenges are just different. Like when they're that young, like 6 months, it's just like sleep deprivation and like that whole thing, you know. But they get older and then they get more mobile and they can get into more shit, you know. So then it's just like constantly trying to keep someone else alive every single day of your life. But
Yeah, pretty much. He's
yeah,
like to the point where he's not quite crawling just yet, but he just
yeah,
rolls around.
yeah,
So
yeah, dude.
that's
Wait,
be a movie.
yeah, just wait, man. Just wait until they're like 5, and you're gonna be like, I wish. Like I yearn for the days where I could just like put them down and they couldn't move. Like they just literally just like their big fat heads would just like
Yeah,
flop
it would
back.
literally strap him to a chair.
Yeah, and it's like you're gonna be there. Like as long as you don't choke on anything, you're gonna be good. But then wait until
Oh
they're
yeah, like we got chairs specifically so you can strap him down and walk away from him.
oh
And
yeah.
now it's just whenever he can walk, I'm just like, oh my god.
Dude, that's awesome. Like back in the like we're about the same age, so like when we were growing up, there was no baby stuff. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't like so many like specialty baby things, like those nice comfortable little chairs you put them in, and like all the fancy accoutrement. Like back in the day, it was just like you're just like a person in an adult world. You know, you eat with the same forks. Dude, I don't remember being in a car seat. I don't know when they invented those, but I don't fucking remember being
I
in a
don't
car
either.
seat.
I was
Never seen
definitely
one.
I was never in a booster seat. I mean,
Yeah.
all of our cars just had the lap belts. We never had the shoulder strap.
Oh yeah, dude. Yep. Yeah, I just remember just like kicking it as a baby. I remember one time yeah, dude, I remember it vividly. My mom's Subaru caught on fire and I was just like lap belt in the back seat. Dude, I must have been like 3 years old just watching this car burn, like the hood set on fire. And I'm just like, what the fuck? My mom wasn't even panicking either. She just like got us out or whatever. But yeah, it's a trip, man. Like kids got it made, you know, especially parents from our generation, you know. Like my parents weren't cool. They weren't into like mini bikes and motorcycles and shit. So it's cool that we get to bring up kids, you know, and they gravitate toward it too, you know, like if it comes down to it, it's like, oh, do you want to watch like your fucking iPad or go out on a mini bike and rip it? They're like, rip it on the mini bike, you know?
That's God. I hope that's what he chooses.
Yeah.
It's I haven't gotten him around. Pretty soon we'll get him around my bike whenever it's like cranked and like all making noise and shit. So
Yeah.
we'll see how he.
So you grew up tinkering, and then you said you were like in your 20s when you got your first like street bike. What was your first bike?
It was a '92 Sportster 883.
No shit.
Little cheap $1,500 find on Craigslist.
No shit. How much was it?
It was like $1,500.
$1,500.
Yeah, so just it ran. Nothing was wrong with it. I actually went and test rode it. It was raining outside. That's how bad I wanted it. Just went and rode it home in the rain.
Yeah. What was like the thing that made you want to get a motorcycle like at that point in your life?
I mean, I've always been into bikes, but honestly, I'd say realistically, it's because all of our friends had bikes.
Yeah.
So like there was like a big group of us that, we came up together skateboarding and, whatever hobbies we had, we all did it. So then a few people got motorcycles, like, fuck, gotta get a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm. No shit.
But I've always wanted a motorcycle.
Yeah, and went right to the Harley too. That's cool as shit. Because I know a lot of people, they'll start off like me. My first bike was like a Honda CB750. And I don't know why I got it either, but I just had like a wild hair grow up my ass. I was like late 20s or something like that. I didn't have anyone to ride with. So it would have been sick, dude, to have a bunch of buddies like ripping Harleys. I can't remember when I got my first Harley. I think I was it was just so expensive, like I got the Honda for like $500 running. And then like once you get into the Sportster shit, it's like, I got a 1980 Ironhead, $2,000. I had to save up my pennies for a long time to get that, But
Yeah, I mean, that's how it was with all of us too. Like it was just like everyone was just trying to find the most affordable bike they could.
mm-hmm.
I think there was one guy, he ended up with an XS because that's what he could afford.
Yep.
A couple of us found Sportsters that were less than $2,000, and that's what we ended up with.
Mm-hmm. Dude, the Sportster market right now is on fire, man. It's you can get some really good fucking deals on some nice bikes.
Yeah, I'm always like, especially marketplace. If I come across one that's super cheap, like less than $2,000, or sometimes less than $1,000, that's just like busted and needs work. I'll scoop it up and just fix it and sell it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's almost like I remember maybe like 5-10 years ago or whatever, it's like Ironhead projects for $1,000. Can't say no. And now it's like nice Sportsters, like late 90s, early aughts Sportsters for $1,000-$1,500. Can't say no. Such a good bike.
Yeah, I mean, like older Sportsters, like even like like 86 through 90, like Evo Sportsters, like we're to the point now where you can get vintage tags for them almost.
Oh, true, yeah. Yeah, dude. So what is it in Alabama? Like how old does it have to be vintage? Like 25, 30
I think
years?
it's 35 years.
Oh, 35. No shit.
Yeah, after 35 years, it doesn't require a title and you can get a vintage tag.
Yeah. Yeah, here in New Hampshire, I think it's 20 years, dude. And we don't do
20 years.
Yeah, we don't do titles after. So, yeah, like I don't yeah, I didn't have I don't need I had an 03 Sportster. I'm pretty sure I didn't have a title for it.
Yeah, I got like fuel injected bikes that are considered vintage.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah. That's fucking wild, dude. I guess that's part of getting older too. How'd you get into? So you got your first bike. You got that Sportster 883. Did you just ride it stock, or like when did you get into chopping like choppers and shit?
I'd say it was almost immediately that I just wanted to start doing random shit to it because we would all just do it out in front of our buddy's townhouse. Like, that was the biggest parking lot we could find to work on people's shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we would just all tinker with our bikes out there first. And eventually we ended up getting kind of like a co-op spot. And just, I think like 10 of us rented this one car garage and just pretty much just tinker with shit until we learned how it worked.
Damn, dude, that's fucking awesome. It is immediate too, because like if you have that, I feel like chopper guys are a certain way too. Like they have a certain like, a lot of skateboarders or hardcore kids or like people with the same like community ethics type of thing, right? You just have that chopper bug, and even if you don't know what it is, as soon as you get a bike, you're like, dude, I gotta get rid of these buckhorns. I'm gonna take off that chain guard type of thing. You just, for whatever reason, you just have to start. You just already know. Like I was the same way. Like I've never ridden a bike in my life when I got my first bike, and I was just like trying to figure out how to shift the thing. I wasn't like a gearhead, dude. I was fucking tenderfoot. So I'm like online. I'm like, how do you fucking shift this thing? And then I landed on Chop Cult, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why are all these bikes so much cooler than mine? I didn't even know. I missed the whole chopper craze. Like I didn't even know what it was. But I knew that their bikes were cooler than mine because they were hardtailed and they had fucking sissy bars and like wild handlebars and shit. But yeah, I think it's just like I guess, did you, when you first got into it and you started tinkering with it, you guys were kind of like new to bikes. Were you like, oh, dude, I need to get a chopper? Or was it just kind of like, I just need to make this thing cooler? Like, how did you figure out like what the fuck to do with it,
I mean, I think at the time it was something like, like we knew of choppers. They were out there. People were like custom building and shit. But like it was just kind of like, for some of us, it was unobtainable.
Mm-hmm.
So you fuck with what you have, and what most of us have are Sportsters. And this is before the people made like part specific bikes so you can chop your Sportster. So you had to do it yourself.
Yep. Dude, like Sportsters now, like there's such a great aftermarket for Sportster stuff. Like things that just like click right in place. Like, dude, how many different types of hardtails can you get? You know, like just that alone.
There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah. Like anyone that sells like custom motorcycle parts, they have like a hardtail kit for a wide range of like Sportster motorcycles, you know. No shit, dude. Yeah. What are you riding now?
I'm on a shovelhead chopper. It's it's a 1980 motor, a 74 transmission, Paco frame. It's just kind of just slapped together bike with a bunch of random parts I found.
Yep. And that's like your main man right there.
Yeah. If I'm riding, that's what I'm on.
Yep.
No so I've had that thing for probably it's going on 10 years.
Oh no shit. How'd you come across that? What's the story with the shovelhead? How'd you pick it up? Would you?
It's actually kind of like I had a shovelhead before, and it was just a swing arm shovelhead that kind of, like I said, with the Sportster, even just started kind of trying to chop it out, but changed a few things on it and just got bored with it and sold it, and then bought like an FXDWG, like a 94 FXDWG, and got really bored with that one really fast because you can't do shit with it.
Yep.
And I ended up trading that one straight up for a 73 Cervicar. And it wasn't even a complete Cervicar. It was like missing the box. The battery was like bungee corded to the back. So rode it around for a couple months, maybe like half a year. The thing maxed out at like 45 miles an hour. And that's if you're going downhill.
No shit.
Yeah, it was not fast at all. So it was just like you could ride it around town. That's about it. But I ended up trading that to a buddy, Kenny, for what that bike was originally. And that was a stock Sturgis Edition shovelhead. And just kind of started acquiring parts and slapping it together.
Oh, shit. What year Cervicar? Did you say 74 or something?
73 was the last year Cervicar.
It was the last year. Why is it so fucking slow? Did they put like a governor in it or something?
I don't think any of them were like super fast, but this one was just... It wasn't a great Cervicar. Let's put it that way.
Shit. Dude, the Cervicars are so fucking cool, though. Like, that's like trike dreams right there. But,
it was super fun to ride around. It still had the reverse gear in it, so you could ride it in reverse. If you went too fast, the bars would start going like this.
No shit. Those things are so fucking cool. I don't even give a fuck if it only maxes it at 40, you know? Like, that would be cool to, like, make a sick-ass, like, trike out of, but... I didn't know they made Cervicars that late. So that was the last year, 73.
Yeah, because this one was it was electric start only. It had a Hydroglide front end on it. They changed a bunch of shit on it. It didn't have a box. It didn't have the suspension for the box.
Oh no shit.
It just was the big frame with a seat and tanks and a front end. That's about it.
What the fuck were they using that for? Like, in 73, what are they using that? Like, delivering milk or something? Like, what the fuck service did they offer?
Maybe Meter Maid still used them back in the 70s.
Dude, I gotta look into that. That's fucking wild. I had no idea they did it into the early 70s.
Yeah, because I know, like, back in the day, like, mechanics would use them. They had, like, tow bars on them. They'd try to, like, take people's cars back to them and then, like, tow the Cervicar behind them and then take the Cervicar back to the shop.
That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome, dude. So what did you end up chopping that 883, like hardtailing it, or what was like your first chopper?
Yeah, I never hardtailed any of my bikes except for the shovel that I have now.
Oh, okay.
It was typically just chop it up as a swing arm bike and just make it as chopper as you could. So basically that meant giving it chopping down the wiring, changing up the bars, putting a narrower gas tank on it, smaller seat, and then kind of making some half-ass sissy bar.
Mm-hmm. So speaking about wiring,
back in the day, even a buddy of mine, the original name of the kit was called the Sportster Treatment Wiring Kit. If he saw me doing that to a friend's bike, like, yeah, giving them the old Sportster treatment, huh?
Yeah, dude. I was gonna say. So speaking of wiring, gremlin wiring. How long have you been doing that? Tell us the story of how you got started there.
I started doing that back in 2019. That was so technically I've been wiring Sportsters probably since about 20 2013, maybe even before that. But it was always just people would bring me their Sportsters and want me to slim down the wiring. So I would just basically hack up their wiring. Like, it wasn't like a kid, it was not pretty. So they give me all the equipment and a 12 pack of beer. I would sit in the garage, get drunk, and just fuck their wiring up until something worked. And eventually, like, I did it enough times where I got the process down and knew what to do, what wires went where, how it worked. But yeah, so in 2019, I'd left my original job, just resigned from it. I needed a break from it, and decided to start trying to do this, and just was like, all right, I'm gonna kind of put this little kit thing together and see how it does. And that was for the 99 through 2003 Sportster. And those started selling really well. And a lot of people started hitting me up. Like, hey, can you make it for this year bike? Can you make it for this year bike? And I was like, yeah, let me figure it out. And just a few months later, I had them for all bikes between 1986 and 2006, or all Sportsters between 1986 and 2006. Just
so I seem to remember. I remember when it first came out because I had a Sportster at the time that I was going to rewire, and it's the thing I love about the kit that you sell, or the kits that you sell, is it's the most intimidating part of a build to new builders, right? So like myself included, but like any new builder who's building their first like chopper or whatever, they're not intimidated by the mechanical stuff. You know, like they're like, okay, I can chop metal, I can grind, maybe they can even weld, you know. But the number one concern for everybody is just like, I invested this money into this fucking motorcycle, and when you rip out a stock wiring harness, you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, there's so many goddamn wires, and it's so simple. Like the kits that you sell, and I've seen like the wiring diagrams and stuff. It's so simple. Like you can't fuck it up. There's not that many connections, and you can just take that whole stock harness and chuck it, and everything's cut to length. It just like alleviates. What I like about it is that it brings those guys in. It's like, hey, you don't have to worry about the wiring. Like it's intimidating, but once you do it, it's actually not, you know, and all you need is like a little bit of guidance, right? Because it's a big mystery. Like electricity is a big mystery to these guys, you know. And again, myself included. Like when I ripped out my first wiring harness, you know, I was just like, I'm never gonna. It's spaghetti, dude. I'm never gonna get this thing back together. But what was like? So like you were doing it for your buddies for 12 packs or whatever. But when were you like, oh, I'm gonna make this into a business? I think this is something. I don't know of any other wiring harness like yours, like a simplified wiring harness.
yeah, I mean, it was same year as 2019. So I started making them that summer. Just I'd never made a wiring harness before. I knew how to wire up someone's bike, but I never made it into like a usable product that's like user friendly that someone can follow. And so finally started like kind of perfecting the process and making it into a harness. And put some instruction booklets together. Had a friend of mine do some branding for it because you have to figure out the packaging. Like making a product, actually, I didn't realize how much went into it. And then just put a few of them on like a big cartel account, and they started selling fast. And I was a little like overwhelmed with how fast they were moving. I thought I might sell a few, but eventually they started selling really fast. And I was like, all right, how do I get more of these out there? And I ended up hitting up Lowbrow to see if they want to sell them on their website. They do the wholesale or whatever. And yeah, we'll carry them. That's like we'll sell. They'll buy them from me how they sell on the site. So if they're doing really well on the site, they'll send me a purchase order for like a bunch of them. And the first couple purchase orders weren't too spectacular. I was like, wow, I can make these, and I'm still selling them on the big cartel. This is going great. And then just one day, I think I was working at the cabinet shop at the time. I got a purchase order. I was like, fuck, dude, I can't do both. Like, I can't come in tomorrow. I got to go make all these kits. Like, it's like, it just was completely overwhelmed with it.
No shit.
I didn't know where I was going to source all the material to make all this shit. I didn't know.
So you didn't
Where,
know fucking Tyler personally. You were just like you just hit him up like on the
no,
page or whatever.
no, not at all. Not back then. Like I just literally composed an email and was just like staring at it and was like, "Do I hit send?" Like, or is he just like gonna laugh at me like this fucking guy? But I ended up sending it to him and heard back from him like I don't know, maybe like a couple days later. I was like, "Oh wow, they actually want to like see what's up with these." So
Damn,
yeah, they started carrying them back in 2019 and have been ever since.
dude, that's so cool. Yeah, Lowbrow is so cool like that. Like, they've been a huge supporter of the show, sponsored the show for years. They support all our shows that we put on. And a lot of dudes that have been on this show that are just like one man show making parts or whatever. They've hit them up and they'll put them up on the site. You know, like if
Oh,
you're
absolutely.
if it's good shit, man, they'll fucking support you. They're 100%, dude. That's so cool that you can just reach out and be like, hey, I got something awesome, and they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll sell them in our store. And you said you were a cabinet maker. Are you doing Gremlin full time now?
Yeah, I've been doing Gremlin full time ever since that day.
Damn, dude, that's fucking
It's
awesome.
like it's honestly at no like there's lower points in the year than there are at some points, but like it hasn't really shown any sign of slowing down. I mean, as long as people want to buy them, I'll keep making them.
Damn, dude, that's fucking awesome. That is awesome. So what years did you say for Sportsters? And you also make a big twin kit too, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it originally started as like all Sportsters.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much all Evo Sportsters from 1986 until 2006, or at least carbureted Evo Sportsters.
Mm-hmm.
So all the ones after 2006, like from 2007 up to I think like 2022, they're all fuel injected.
Yeah.
Got all kinds of shit going on.
Yeah,
But
dude.
yeah, so there's subtle differences in between those years because we got so there's 1986 through 1990, that's specific. 91 through 93, that's specific in some way. 94 through 96 is specific in a certain way. 97 specific in a certain way. 98 is specific in a certain way. 99 through 2003 is specific in a certain way. And then 2004 through 2006 is also specific. Like something's different in each year span.
Okay. So someone buys one of your kits, they just rip the old harness out, right? And then they can just put your
For the
kit
most
in, or
part.
do they reuse some of the electronics?
So there is some stuff you're going to have to, when I say some specifically, there's two wires you're going to have to keep. And it's part of your charging system.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to make it, I tried to make it to where I could avoid that, where you wouldn't have to separate these wires, but it's just, it's, you have to separate the wires. There's no way to do it without separating.
Okay.
Because otherwise your voltage regulator wouldn't hook to your battery and your bike wouldn't charge.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so pretty much you'll expose the loom and expose these two wires that the voltage regulator connects to the battery with, and the rest of it's just on the harness.
So what's I guess normal day for you, right? You're just sitting down, like you get your orders and you just start making kits. Or what's like the most popular kit that you have?
At the moment, it's our builder's box kit. It's like the newest one we started making. It's a DIY kit.
Yeah, I saw that with the cloth wires, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's like 6 sections, 8 foot of wire. It's just everything you need to wire the bike yourself.
Oh no shit.
But lately, that's been the most popular. But like very, very close second is the 99 through 2003 kit.
Yeah.
Because it covers the most demographic. Like it covers, all bikes from 1999 to 2003, or excuse me, all Sportsters from 1990 to 2003.
Yeah.
Not the 1200S.
I might be a little bit biased, but I think that's the best years for Sportsters. I had an 03, and it was
Absolutely.
the best bike, man. I regret selling it every single day. Never sell a bike.
After 2003, that's when they swapped to the rubber mounted Sportster. They changed the frame. They changed everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's the 100th anniversary the 03.
Oh yeah, 03. Like they got the. I always see the ones with the big like 3.4 tanks, like 100th anniversary, or like
Yep.
103.
Damn, I rode the shit out of that fucking thing. I had like no problem. I did like a top end on it once, but like, yeah, it was probably, I guess it was 20 years old when I did a top end on it, and it was barely leaking. I mean, base gasket stuff, and top ends are so super simple. I might be getting an 03. Hopefully. It's the only I have some shit up on Marketplace, and people are always like, "You take trades?" And I'm like, "No, but what you got?" And in my head, I'm like, "The only thing I will trade for is an 03 Sportster." And this dude hit me up, and he was like, "I got an 03 Sportster," and I was like, "Let's fucking do it." So, see if he comes through.
Yeah, 1999 to 2003. That's like, hands in my opinion, like you said, that's the best one you can get.
Dude, they're so reliable, and like all the aftermarket stuff is like easy. Everything stops at 03, you know what I mean? So like everything fits in 03. And the engine, it was like they perfected it. I don't know why they have to stop meddling with shit. If they still made that bike today, I would probably buy one from a dealership, Stop making fucking weird shit. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Make it affordable, but oh yeah, dude, I got they hold their value too. It's like investing in gold. You have an '03 Sportster, or like early aught Sportster or whatever. It'll hold its value. I sold that thing for at least double what I paid for it, but I want it back. All the money in the world couldn't. Oh man, just cruising on that fucking thing. Not a worry in the world. I could take that thing from New Hampshire to California tomorrow, and I wouldn't even change the oil. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like, so Sportsters, yeah, definitely hands down, probably the most bulletproof motor you can get. Uh, so my wife has one of my, like, I think she has my third Sportster I ever owned. It just kind of ended up back to her, but still on the road to this day, still runs, still does everything. But we went on a trip a few years back, and God, her bike broke down probably 4 times.
Oh, no shit.
And I brought all this shit for my shovel head thinking it was going to be the one breaking down. It didn't break down once.
No shit, dude.
So we didn't bring any spare parts for her bike, but all these spare parts for my shovel head, and just fuck.
No shit. You said it was a 1980 shovel?
Yeah, the motor's a 1980.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Oh, there's the train. I hear it now.
There's one.
Dude, how close is that train to your house?
Well, I'm at my shop right now.
Oh, so the shop, yeah.
There's like a Norfolk Southern yard that's like a block away.
Oh, no shit. What do they do on trains nowadays? Is it just like freight and shit, or are there passengers?
No, there are passenger trains, but that's like downtown. All this is freight.
Oh, no shit. Okay. So when did you buy when did you move into the shop? Did you always have that shop there, or was it like when you started getting heavy into the manufacturing piece that you were like, I need my own space?
Well, it was so like I said, we started tinkering with shit in a co-op we had, and it was called the Dojo. And we had this like little tiny spot, and then we moved into a bigger spot, and that's where I started doing this. So we all had like kind of like a little 15 by 15 spot to work on our own shit. And that's where I was originally doing it. And it was just like, I'm like, this is too small. And plus I would get distracted. Like people would get off work and just kind of start partying. Be like, all right, this is a distraction. So I moved all my shit from there to my basement because it was climate controlled. I wouldn't have any distractions. And it was just like, this is too small. Like it's like dimly lit. There's not enough like table space, and just a buddy of mine bought this warehouse and was just like, hey, I can rent y'all a spot if y'all need it. And me and 2 other people rent here.
Good. Dude, the Dojo, is that the Haints, Nick Haints, and all those dudes?
Yeah.
Fucking, oh, no shit, dude. Okay. No shit. I gotta get some of those dudes on the show too. Who's that guy? Beer Brains?
Oh, yeah. Kurt.
Kurt, yeah. He looks like a barrel of monkeys, man.
He'd be an interesting guest.
No shit. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him up, dude. Oh shit, the dojo. I remember that. That place looks sick, dude. That's a rowdy bunch of friends you got there.
Yeah, a lot of them we got. Not all of them, but there's like a good amount of them. We probably know each other 20 plus years.
Oh shit, dude. Damn.
Like most of us came up together to like skateboard and shit.
Dude, that's fucking wild to have like that many dudes getting. Yeah, I guess it's like the culture thing, right? Like a lot of skater dudes, they grow up and they're like, all right, ready for a motorcycle, like a little bit more excitement, camping, going nuts, speed. But that's awesome that in Birmingham, Alabama, too, to find all those dudes like converge.
Yeah, I think like because there was like a mix between that and there was like Larry had his shop and he built choppers. Like, I mean, other than that, I can't really think of too much other stuff. I mean, there's stuff like adjacent that chopper scenes adjacent to here.
Yeah. So you went through a rebranding too, because initially it was Ape Knuckle, right? Ape Knuckle Harness.
So that was just my Instagram handle. That's like an old nickname.
Oh, okay.
From like back in the day, and it was just so that Instagram handle was like the first one I ever had was Ape Knuckles underscore Harness or Ape Knuckles underscore Haynes.
Oh, okay.
And was trying to kind of like make it more official, I guess, and kind of like more businessy. So I changed it to Ape Knuckles underscore Harnesses, and was just like this you need to like start something separate from this. Plus, I was trying to branch out away from Sportsters, like not away from them, but like do stuff other than Sportsters.
Yep.
Because originally it was called the Sportster Treatment Wiring Kit.
Right. Yeah. I mean, dude, that's perfect though. Like the treatment, you know what I mean? Like the Sportster treatment. That's what got me hooked. I was like, dude, I have a Sportster and I'm intimidated by wiring. Gremlin wiring though, that's perfect. Who came up with that name?
I came up with a name, and my wife did the logo on it. She's a graphic designer, and just
shit,
kind of like hit me up. It was like I told her what I wanted. Like I wanted super minimalistic, just basic color palette, and yeah, she came up with that, and I was like, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted.
Dude, that's so cool. It's perfect too. Like that's where the gremlins live in your electronic devices on your motorcycle too.
Oh yeah, that's completely where the name came from, pretty much. I mean, just even if you look at the definition, it's basically like just the cause of all electrical like issues and shit.
Yep. Yeah, there's what's the other thing? Chopper tricks.
Oh yeah. Man, I haven't done anything with that one in a minute.
Yeah, dude, I'm Nardwar of fucking this shit, dude. That was my jam though. You had fucking the clutch hub puller.
Oh, the fucking DIY clutch hub.
Yeah,
puller?
dude. That shit was sick. I actually went back to that today because I was like, oh yeah, he did the fucking chopper tricks. And yeah, I think the last time he posted was a couple of years ago. But those fucking videos were awesome, dude. I really liked them.
Yeah, it was like literally like just cheap as fuck videos shot with my iPhone and just like edited through like I think it was like Premiere Rush on my iPad or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was just like cheap, shitty videos. But the whole point of doing it was like for dudes that didn't have like a chopper scene.
Yeah.
That wanted to work on their own shit.
Dude, I was working, I had a 78 shovel at the time, and I was working on the clutch, and you had a bunch of clutch videos, and you had that clutch puller video, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'm not buying a fucking $300 Jim's puller kit for this shit. Just go to Home Depot or whatever, you know? Dude, is that train getting closer?
They come a little more often in the afternoon.
Is that going to come through the building? Is that going to like bust out the wall behind you?
Some of these days I halfway expect it to.
How often are those trains coming by? That's like is that the same train or the second train?
That's a whole different train.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so like I said, it's a Norfolk Southern yard. So like basically they're just coming and going all fucking day. You might go a few hours without hearing one, but pretty much you're not going to go the whole day without.
Are you ever like concentrating real hard on something and then all of a sudden you just hear it, wah, and you're like, what the fuck?
Oh man, I got headphones that are noise canceling. I
Oh,
just
no
put on like
shit.
a podcast with some music and just drown it out.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. So what do you like when you are you researching like how do you put together a kit? Do you actually have to have the bike in front of you to like kind of figure it out, or like or
At
are you looking at
first, yeah.
diagrams and shit?
Well, in order to make it a product, yeah, I do need it. Like before I made any of these kits, when I was like in the testing phases of making sure everything was good, I was like, I like if you want me to make it, I need your bike, and I'll make this kit, I'll install it and test it out and make sure it's good, and then basically you get a free wired bike out of it.
Oh
So
no
there's
shit.
a few
So
people out there, a couple of install videos we even filmed where I didn't charge them to put the kit in, and just we filmed it and was like, all right, that's your payment. Let me film it.
no shit. So you're just like, yeah, if you what do you so what's like on the horizon? What's your next step? Are there any other bikes that you're trying that you're like in R&D on right now?
I have like a binder, like literally like that thick, just like full of designs,
Oh,
like hand drawn diagrams, and it's difficult to move forward with stuff because I'm still just a one man show. Like I do like literally everything,
mhm.
like manufacturing, shipping, uh, tech support. Good God, that's a huge one.
Oh
That
shit.
is
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
tech support is almost a constant. Where I mean, I like doing the tech support because a lot of times people will come to me with questions that like they're not even customers. They haven't even bought one of my kits. They just like heard about me through a friend of theirs and just like, hey, you might know the answer to this question, like blah blah blah, and just hit me with some crazy electrical question and just be like, I'll look into it. Let me see what I can find. But it's just to me, I just look at it as a learning experience. Like I can learn from it. I can give them some information. Hopefully, they can learn from it.
So yeah, how does that so if they buy it through Lowbrow, are they calling you for assistance?
No, no. So Lowbrow has their own tech support team,
Okay.
but yeah, if it's just like it just if the guy's just not getting it,
Yeah.
they'll typically like send them my way, be like, hey, this guy's having some trouble. Can you give him a hand?
Yeah.
And then I'll just be like, yeah, get it figured out.
No shit. Dude, that's fucking awesome that like first of all, Lowbrow is super helpful. Like I've had some shit where, I'll do the chat or I'll call him or whatever. You get Todd on the phone, he's fucking like, he'll walk you through it. But then they go the extra mile, dude. Like if you can't wire your guys, if you can't wire your bike, just get one of these fucking kits and it's impossible to fail because you have the support of people that the guy that made the fucking thing. Like that's invaluable because usually when you buy a product, you're on your own. And especially a lot of the custom motorcycle stuff, uh, dude, I have buddies that were like, they'll buy a hardtail, no instructions, and they just have like a one question, can't get any help. And in fact, even if you do get through to them, they're just like, yeah, I think it's pretty self-evident, like I think, figure it out type of thing. But that's some old school shit to be able to get the guy that built the fucking wiring for your bike to get on the phone and ask him questions. That's insane, dude.
Well,
That's
that's
really
like
rare.
so I do all my shit through email, and I've done like a few like video calls through like Instagram and like shit like that. But
Yeah.
like typically, if I just have someone that is, I got like a 30 thread email going with, and it's just like, man, we're getting nowhere.
Let's just get on it.
Where it's just like I think one of my first customers that I had that was like she was up in Canada and was just like I emailed with her for a week and finally got her bike wired up, got the oil changed. Like by the end of it, she knew how to partially disassemble her bike, had a basic understanding of the wiring systems in her bike, and knew how to change her oil, how to change out fuel lines, and just like kind of basic shit that she didn't really know how to do because she was just like a receptionist. She didn't, know how to tinker or anything. So just after a week, she knew how to do all this shit.
Yeah. So these the kits that you sell, are they designed for internal wiring as well as like external wiring, like an loom or something?
You could do that with the builder's box ones, the ones that don't have anything on them yet. But the ones I make, they're pre-made harnesses, so the connectors are already in place.
Oh, okay. Oh, no shit. Okay. So you actually have like the stock connectors that will plug you right in?
Yeah, yeah. Like if you like whatever year it is, like they have
Yep.
like they use these from like 1994 through 1997. So this just plugs into that ignition control module.
Yeah.
So anything on the bike that you plug in, the connector's already in place.
Yep. Yeah, I gotta say too, I checked out the what is it called? The fucking diagram. Did your wife do that too? Graphic designer?
Yeah, yeah. She did all the diagrams.
I love it, dude, because I'm stupid. So like when I look at a wiring diagram in the back of a fucking service manual, I'm like, I can't follow like what it's saying. But like the simplified wiring diagram, they're idiot proof, dude. With the pictures, you got the freaking headlight, you got the rectifier, whatever. Uh, they're super clean and really nice. So she did an awesome job on those. It's what I wish everybody like on whenever I go for a wiring diagram, like a simplified one, I go to like Chop Cult or whatever. It's always dudes that can't draw, and they just like fucking, but like they're so simple and so nice looking.
Yeah, it's so she cleaned up like all the ones that I did, they were hand drawn at first.
Yeah.
It's the same illustration, but it's done with I hand drew it all and then like it's all in my handwriting, so you can't read shit.
Yeah. So you do the diagram and then you give it to the wife and you go, make this look legible.
Yeah, yeah. Use your branding brain and like make it pretty. Like
Yep. No shit, dude. So I guess you've been doing this for years now. What's next for Gremlin Wiring? Like, are you getting into anything else, or you got like your year range? I mean, you say you have a binder that's like this thick. So when do you get in? I guess as time passes, right? You're gonna have to get into the later model Harleys, right? Like, or are you just like, no, I'm staying away from that. Oh my god, another train!
No, but moving forward with that stuff, like I guess more into like EFI models and I guess just different model. The last thing I was looking into was FXRs.
Oh, there you go.
Kind of do the same concept with an FXR that you do with a Sportster. I want to be careful with FXRs because I don't want to butcher the wiring. Like if people wanted to go back to the stock wiring, I'd want to be able to make it so they could do that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's like I said, there's a binder full of designs that I've put together.
Yeah.
That I could go with next, but at this point, I'm just trying to keep up with what people want now.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like, definitely, like the aftermarket for '04 Sportsters and later is picking up. Like there's all sorts of hardtail kits and cool shit for those bikes because you have to. I mean, those are over 20 years old at this point, so like there's a plethora of them.
Well, there's a big demographic. Like I said, anything EFI goes from 2007 up to 2022. That's a huge range of Sportsters. So I think there's going to be a whole new generation of parts coming out.
Yeah.
To accommodate these EFI models, so you can make those into choppers, relatively simple.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Um, yeah, it's tough to figure out. Like, you have to anticipate where the market is. I know, like, definitely FXRs is a huge market. You know, like everybody wants an FXR. There's only so many that were built, though. You know what I mean? And then you have to move on to
Yeah,
like the next like available models because everybody with it, I mean, FXRs, dude, are hard to come by nowadays. And if you do come by one, they're pretty expensive, you know. And the guys that are into
oh,
that sort of thing are really serious about it.
I think I'm going more based on so the popularity of the products that I make
Hmm.
or the ones that people want me to make is when people like email me or hit me up through Instagram like, hey, you gonna make one of these? And based on how many like people are asking me, just kind of be like, all right, I'm gonna make one of these, put it out there, and see how it does.
Yeah. So yeah, do you do like do you get hit up like for custom work too, or are you just like I'm just building what I'm building? You're gonna have to wait until I release one, or do you do like commission stuff?
I've done some in the past. I've done a few custom builds. I mean, typically it just depends on how backed up I am on orders. But yeah, I've done racing harnesses for the hooligan circuit,
Yeah.
and like that dude Rusty Butcher, he was doing like he did those hooligan builds. I made some harnesses for him. We did a like a collaboration thing where he sells like kits and I make them for him.
Oh no shit. Oh, the hooligan stuff. Yeah, that's fucking awesome, dude. Yeah, he does some cool shit. No shit, dude. So what's for I guess when you make your kits, right? And you're doing it's all soldered together, right? It's not like you give all the little pieces and you got to crimp it and all that. It's all cut to length, ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. Everything that I put in there, it's like if the terminal feeds into a connector housing, it's crimped correctly with correct crimpers, fed in the correct housing, used with the correct wedge lock. If I'm using ring terminals, they're crimped, soldered, and covered. Like it's one thing I don't want to do is send someone a wiring harness that's like shit's just gonna fall off of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Because I mean, it's just one. I just don't want to make low quality shit.
yeah. So you're
And
soldering
dudes
those
just
ring terminals on there.
oh yeah, every last one.
Dude, when I see someone crimp a motherfucking ring terminal, I'm like, get a soldering iron.
Yeah, that's I've seen a few people. They just so look at the insulated ones, like the cheap ones you get like AutoZone or some shit, and they'll just crimp them on with the with that cover on. Just be like, all right, we're good. You could just go, and that's it. It's off.
Dude. Yeah, dude, crimp no crimping here, man. You got to solder those. I did a couple of tips and tricks type videos with soldering cuz man, I was like I got like the little ADHD mixed with a little autism, you know. And I got deep into the wiring stuff and I'm like, dude, you're wiring this whole fucking thing up. You're spending hundreds of hours building this fucking bike, and then you're just gonna crimp your terminal. You know, you're just gonna crimp it with a Harbor Freight like terminal set. You know, in the Harbor Freight crimper. Take the
Yeah.
extra couple of seconds to solder that shit in.
Well, what a lot of people don't like realize, like they don't realize how much like vibration their bike is under,
Yep.
like whenever they're going. So all these ring terminals, let's say you got something on your battery or key switch or something like that. Now this wire pops out, it's still energized. Now it's just flopping around.
Yep.
So it can cause a lot of trouble. So just best to do it properly.
Yeah,
Just solder it.
you want to wire it once and be done with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best thing that it's not flattering to say this, but it kind of is if people are using my product and it's used correctly, they will install it and never think about it again.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's the goal, right? Cuz like there's so many things that go wrong with these old bikes, right? And you're like, is it the carb? Is it like carb problems and electrical problems are the hardest to diagnose. And they're so weird, you know? Like I remember What the fuck? I had I had an iron head that it was the weirdest. It kept on cutting out, and it would just like stop when I was riding, you know? And what I figured out was like one of the wires was resting on like a sharp edge of metal, and it just wore over the coat, like on the outer coating of the wire. And it was intermittent, you know, so it was driving me nuts. But it was just like every once in a while it would just touch this metal, and then it would cut the bike off, you know?
Yeah, I had an iron head that did the exact same thing.
Oh no shit.
It actually left me stranded at a gas station like 20 miles up before the Tennessee state line. And it was just like the exact same thing. The tail light wire had come loose from the fender and rubbed the tire rubbed it raw, and it was just like bouncing up against the fender, and it would just cut out every now and again and finally just shut off.
Yeah. It's fucking hard to diagnose. I got lucky and I figured it out, you know, like I was like going through the whole harness and I was like, oh shit, like that's probably a problem. I don't know if it's my problem that I'm having right now, but I ended up just like, yeah, it wouldn't even start, dude. I forget what wire it was. It was like a starter wire or something weird, and I just held it off like the metal that it was touching, and it was fine. But yeah, dude, that's crazy. Like, just do the wiring once correctly, and then you don't have to worry about that. You can just be like, that's another train.
It's, man, train after train.
That's fucking wild, dude. I didn't know trains were so prevalent in America still. But
yeah, a lot of people here love trains, but I've had my fill of
it. It's not like this all day for you, right? Like every 3 minutes a train goes by. It's just like fucking intermittent. Like
there are some days where it's like this pretty much all day.
Yeah, that's where the noise canceling headphones come into play, right?
Oh yeah, that's why I got them. Just like, you know, you put a little money down on the noise canceling ones, but it's worth it.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you too, like, so in these wiring kits, what's like the standard wire that you use? What's like what gauge, like what's best for a motorcycle?
I mean, you can use I think stock Harley wiring is, I think it's like 20 gauge wire.
20, yeah.
But I use a 16 gauge. And it's a GXL wire. It's like it's made to go in high heat compartments. You can hold a soldering iron to it; it won't melt the sheeting.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice, dude. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, like so Harley, when they're putting together their motorcycle, they're rubbing two pennies together. You know what I mean? But if you're building one for yourself, get the better wire, right?
Yeah, it took a while to come to figure out like, all right, I'm going to use this wire because it's meant to do this. Like, it has like high abrasion protection, high heat protection. Before that, I was just using that cheap like plastic shit that you could like hold a lighter to and it would like expose it.
Yeah.
But it was just like trial and error, figuring out what to use.
Yeah. That's a great point too. Is like it's not just vibration, it's not just like rubbing, but Harleys run fucking hot. They're like they're air cooled engines. So like you have a wire that's close to something that is screaming hot, even if it's like, dude, those oil tanks get fucking hot, you know? Don't cheap out on the wire. Yeah.
Well, that's like, especially like on my shovel head, like the coils like, you know, mounted on the side right there. It'd take nothing for a wire to pop off there and hit the exhaust.
Yeah,
like
true.
If you have it going up the frame right there.
Yep. No shit. When you wire your own bikes, do you prefer it internally wired, like in the frame tubes where you can, or do you prefer it out so you can just like work on it if you need to?
So I used one of the builder's boxes on my bike recently. I've probably been like the last like 8 months since it came out, and it was only just to show like how to use everything. But it's been wired like that ever since, so I haven't touched it.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah, those cloth wires are nice, man. So what colors do they come in? Do you do like different colors, or is it all black?
No, it's all color coded. That way you can look at the diagram and be like, this is the tail light, this is the coil, this is the headlight, this is main power, this is key switch power, this is excuse me, accessory power, this is for the starter. But you got white, green, blue, black, orange, and red.
Yeah. Dude, that's so helpful too. I do that on my bikes too. It's like, yeah, you just get like, like I've had bikes that people have wired up on, their way, and it's just like all black, so you don't know what's going where,
It's, yeah, I had one that came into the shop. It was wired all white. They just used they went to like Napa and bought like a big roll of just white shitty wire. Yeah. That's what the whole bike was wired with that shit.
Damn, dude. Yeah, it's so with the wiring that you have to use, right? So like for a kick only bike, you can probably use 16 gauge throughout for most of it. But like when you get into like the electrical components, like with a starter or something, you have to use a thicker gauge, right?
So depending on the starter, like a starter from like 1986 for like a Sportster, you could run direct power to like the solenoid because it's all one unit, and you could just do it with a turnkey. But anything before that, it's just like the solenoid and the starter are separate. So without a relay, it's going to be putting a ton of strain on your battery.
Okay.
So you're gonna go to crank and you're just gonna hear. So without that direct power, it's just gonna it's either gonna drain the battery, kill the battery, or just not crank at all.
Oh shit. What's does it matter like with your kits? Does it matter what kind of battery? Like I know like anti-gravity, lithium or whatever, glass mat, it doesn't matter what kind of battery it has?
It's about the cranking amps. So I mean, like, if let's say you get like a 1201, like the anti-gravity 1201, that puts out like 360 cranking amps, which is more than enough to turn the motor. But it's like, if you go get like a little 7 LBS battery, that ain't gonna do shit.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Are you a fan of those anti-gravity batteries?
I've never personally used them. I've heard mixed reviews, but like I said, I've never had any experience with or bad experiences with them.
Yeah.
But I've heard horror stories. But then again, like I said, it's not something I've ever experienced.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the pictures of like fucking the battery with a big bubble coming out of the side, like it's about to explode.
Yeah, I've heard of them like just sizzling, smoking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've used them. I've had good luck with them. You don't ever have to charge them. I had one in that 03, dude. I ran that thing for like 6 years and never put it on a tender. That was pretty nice. And you could just fire it up. Doesn't matter how cold it is. They say that the temperature really does matter, but I never had any problem with it. But I definitely touched a couple of wrenches and threw some sparks.
Yeah, I mean, like if you just go to like Batteries Plus and get one, I mean, you can get a decent battery there, but like the temperature definitely affects it.
It does, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and then you have to get a special charger for it, which kind of sucks. Those are expensive.
Yeah, I've seen. Well, they started making anti-gravity. They started making one that has this weird breaker inside of it. Like, I guess it's in case you leave your key on or something, but it'll like the breaker will flip over so your battery doesn't go dead.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, it's I had one guy bring it up here. I tried to wire it up, but the thing kept flipping over. We couldn't get it to work. Might have just been a bad battery, or maybe I was fucking with it wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. No shit, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I like the anti-gravity just because they're so tiny, but oh my god, they're so expensive.
Oh, they're pricey. Oh, yeah.
I think what do they want for them now? It's over $250.
It's something like that. I think it's with tax and shipping. Yeah, you're probably looking around that.
Yeah, and
depending on where you get it too.
Yeah, and like a regular battery, you can just go to like O'Reilly's or Napa or whatever, and they usually have them in stock. So that's the other thing. It's just like accessibility, you know.
Oh yeah, like that's what's in my bike has like a little 7 lbs battery in it, and that's more than what it needs. But it's that thing's been in there for like 2 years.
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. That's the other thing is like I had a bike that had these. It was pretty cool. It was on my O3. It was these pop breakers. They're breakers, but they have a little button on them, right? And like if it trips, it just pops, and then you can just reset it by hitting the button. So you like actually,
Oh yeah, it's got like their auto reset breakers.
yeah,
Like they got those, but they have the ones that indicate that they have been tripped, or that you can like if they don't automatically re-trip, you can manually trip them back.
yeah, yeah. Those are pretty cool. But like when I was now when I wire things up, I actually get I like fuses. You get these like little fuse blocks on Amazon for like $10, and they actually have like a little LED that tells you if if it's active or if it's busted or whatever. And you can get fuses fucking anywhere, So if you're on the road, you don't have to get like a fancy pop circuit or whatever, or if you have like a breaker on it and you don't know if it's good or not, you don't have to carry one in your tool roll. It's just like those niche little things, and also like a blade fucking fuse. I can throw 20 of them in a bag, and like it takes up no room.
Oh yeah, that's like so the kick only kits that I make. It's just a little 30 amp like inline fuse
Inline,
used for the charging system and for the pop main power for the bike. So it's just simple. Look at it, be like, yep, that's blown. You don't have to test it or nothing like that.
Yeah. So the inline, are those like glass tubes? The inline ones?
No, it's like I don't even know if I have one.
It's an actual blade fuse. I think I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like covered. It has like a little cap on it, and you can flip it over, right?
It's just.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
It's all mirror image shit.
Dude, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty slick. Damn, dude. Was there anything that we didn't touch on that you wanted to talk about?
I don't think so. I don't know. It's one of those things that like once you edit it and I like watch it, I'll probably be like, "Fuck, I missed a lot of shit."
Yeah. Are you going to are you going to any shows this year?
I'd like to. Like, I went to Mama Try back in February. That's the first time I've been to that one since probably like I think it was like 2018. But yeah, there's a few shows I want to try to go to. I definitely like to get to Fuel. What else? Not really too sure.
How far are you from Fuel?
Like, what's up?
How far are you from Fuel Cleveland?
A really, really long way.
Yeah, that's a haul, dude. Mama tried.
Yeah.
That's a haul too. Did you drive up there or do you fly?
If I'm vending, I've got to drive because I got to take all my shit with me.
Oh fuck! How long is that?
Man, I mean, you can do it in like a full day. I think if I remember, it's somewhere between 12 and 15 hours.
Oh damn, dude.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Just hauling ass. Yeah, damn, dude. What's down in L? Is there anything down where you are? Like any big shows? Any must attend?
Specifically in Alabama. Oh God, what do we have here in Alabama? Barber's Vintage Festival, but that's I don't. It's not necessarily a chopper show. It's more like just kind of. It used to be like a really good swap meet. I mean, I guess basically it still is, but you can still find some good stuff. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're actually having a swap meet at the dojo in April, beginning of April. Uh, like I said, there's not really too much as far as chopper shows like that go on in the state. There's stuff that goes on outside of the state, like Drumble Run goes on in Georgia.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I gotta get down south. This year I'm going to Party at the Pen at Shawshank in Ohio.
Yeah, I keep seeing flyers for that one.
Yeah, that's a definite. That's a haul too, though. There's not a lot in the Northeast, so trying to get out west. But down south, there's Daytona. I gotta still hit Daytona. I haven't been to that one. Have you ever been to Daytona?
Yeah, so yeah, Mama Tribe was the weekend before Daytona, so definitely couldn't make that one.
Yeah, dude. Have you ever been to Laconia?
Man, I'm not versed in like chopper events at all. I don't know shit about these things.
Well, they got Laconia, Daytona, and Sturgis are the big three.
Okay.
And it's definitely not a chopper thing. It's like just a motorcycle thing, but it's the oldest motorcycle motorcycle week or whatever. Like, I think they just did their 100th. So I think Sturgis is on like 75 or something. But yeah, Laconia, New Hampshire. They call it Rainconia because it just rains all for like 2 weeks straight. So it kind of sucks, but we like it.
Yeah. Daytona is one of those ones I like. One day would probably want to go see. Maybe.
Yeah.
Sturgis, got to check that out. Still haven't done that one yet. But yeah, I guess. What'd you say the other one was called?
Laconia.
Laconia.
Yeah, it's in June or whatever. Lots of baggers. Most people around here don't even go to it. It's like 20 minutes from their house. They're like, nah. I already got the T-shirt. But
damn, that's a bummer.
I know. I'm trying to make it cool again. I try to get up there, do some chopper shit, get the young crowd into it because if they don't, this shit's gonna die.
That's the chopper scene.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be going anywhere, though. I'll say that. I mean, it might die in one specific area. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
Yeah, dude. There was like a boom maybe a couple of years ago where like everybody was into choppers. But if you ain't about it, you can't hang because it's fucking hard, dude. Like to invest in buying these old motorcycles and making them cool. Like it's hard work. So the tourists, they all eventually they leave, and but it's pretty cool now. It's definitely a cool scene still. And the people that are in it are fucking awesome. Like it's the kind of scene where you don't have to worry about someone stealing shit off your bike, type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like cool dudes that have like a good ethical compass, and they like doing rad shit, like banging their hands on wrenches and fucking burning themselves and, getting up early, working their asses off, getting these fucking bikes just so they can go hang out with a bunch of dudes that, to impress other dudes. So, yeah, I'm definitely hopeful, and I'm trying to get like, definitely like the younger crowd, like, hey, there's more to life than fucking grinder or whatever the fuck you're into, like you can, like this is where it's at. This is where like the cool dudes are at. But yeah, dude, it's been awesome talking to you, dude. I'm really glad that you came on, dude. Again, just like wiring stuff. There's nobody else that is doing what you do. Like the simplified, like choppers or like like those older bikes, like definitely Sportsters. Definitely my favorite platform is the Sportster. And if you're intimidated by electrical stuff, this is a good investment. Just get the Gremlin wiring kit, the Sportster treatment, or if you have a big twin, they got that. They got all sorts of years fucking covered, and then you don't have to worry about it. It's idiot proof, dude. Like you literally can't fuck it up because not only do you have these wonderful diagrams, wiring diagrams, you got the fucking customer service too. You can't fuck it up.
Yeah, it's one thing I definitely want to like get people to try and do, like especially like the younger generation. Like they have all this information at their fingertips, but they don't really know what to do with it.
Yep.
So, like they can look up diagrams, they can look up tools and shit like that. But it's better if they just have someone they can ask.
Dude, that's actually huge too because again, like you look at these wiring diagrams, you might just have like one little tiny question, and you might go to a forum and try to ask that question. And then a bunch of dudes will be like, did you fucking look at the service manual? Like, all right, Tommy Tough Nuts. Like, I want to get into this shit. I just have fucking, and there's no graybeards left. All the graybeards are dead or they're not interested in teaching you anymore. So we're the new graybeards. Well, I'm not gray yet. Well, actually, I am gray. I dye this shit, but
absolutely gray. Yeah.
Oh, dude! Now that you got a 6-month-old, this is where I didn't have a gray hair on my body, dude, until I had kids. This is where you go gray. You're gonna be.
They are popping up every day. Every day there's a new one.
Yeah. You're gonna. Next time we talk, we're gonna have you back on. Next time we talk, your whole head is just gonna be gray. By the time that kid's 1 o'clock,
I won't even wear a hat. We'll fucking raw it.
Yeah, dude, it'll do it to you. But Matt, thank you so much for coming on, man. This has been really awesome. Stick around. I'm gonna see these guys off to the choo-choo train. Until next time, low lives, get in the garage. Wah, wah. Get in trouble. Have fun. And never stop chopping.